Charles, defending the seat of Old Harlow. I know we have to your left what used to be the Churchgate Hotel. Is that symbolic of a busy ward?
Well, absolutely. In Old Harlow there's a huge amount of casework, but this is a ward where I was born and bred. I went to Fulbert and Barnard Primary School and then Markhall School. I am the only candidate in Old Harlow who is from Old Harlow, who has lived in Old Harlow. And yes, the casework is always diverse. So just across the road from us is the Churchgate Hotel, where I was fighting for affordable housing. I was very disappointed that the developers decided not to go with that element, because we do need affordable housing. Something that we as Conservatives put forward recently was a mechanism for Harlow Council to build affordable housing. I think that's really important. The other chief concern here is the fact that Labour want to build 3,000 homes, in effect in an arc, around Churchgate Street to the M11 corridor and onto Gildon Way, with another road coming off of Gildon Way when there are plans to have Junction 7A built. They also want to close Hobbs Cross Road, which is a big sticking point in this ward, because you've got St Nick's School, Churchgate Primary School just to the back of us. If you close that off, it's going to create a massive bottleneck. Wider than that, the big campaign that I led in the summer was to keep Old London Road open, and I'm pleased that we're getting traction with Essex on that. We've got to keep that campaign alive and kicking, but that's a really important issue too.
What does that mean, I'm getting traction on that? Is it going to remain open?
Well, Essex County Council have deferred the decision. They're going to lump it with the decisions that they make further down the line for Junction 7A. My job and my responsibility, if I am fortunate to be re-elected, is to keep campaigning to keep Old London Road open, because look, if you close it, you're cutting off Newhall from Old Harlow. That road is a key trunk road, I feel, in our local community for when the A414 gets blocked up at peak times.
Because, you know, when we did our Harlow is 70, we started with Chippingfield. On January the 1st, 2070, we started at Chippingfield. December the 31st started at Newhall, you know, right on the edge of the new... So there's a great opportunity as a Conservative council, or as a council, but also great responsibilities.
Well, yes, Old Harlow is a very diverse community. You've got Newhall, you've got the enterprise zone that will create 5,000 jobs, but you've got the traditional elements of the old town, Churchgate Street, which I think is one of the most special corners of Harlow. My responsibility is to protect our village community. I've always seen that. I campaigned for that 4 years ago, and I will continue to campaign for all of the elements that make up what is a beautiful and picturesque part of the town.
Do you feel there's a real crossroads? Do you feel crossroads in the chamber at the moment? Because Labour could pick up, they could, you know, arguably pick up a couple more seats. I guess you could say you do the same thing, but do you feel in the chamber, say in cabinet, for example, that you're getting your message across, that you're making any impression?
I think so. Look, we as Conservatives are never complacent about these elections. We're out fighting all year round. Harlow, of course, has elections in third, so we're always on campaign mode. All political parties are. And you've got to keep that conversation with voters. What I try to do in Old Harlow is keep people informed, keep fighting for their causes. The key for me, though, I think, is what we've been saying as Conservatives, our plan to build affordable council homes. Get people housed. That's a big priority that I find on the doorstep, and that's something that's close to my heart, because I want future generations to be able to get a home where they've been born and bred.
It's your perception. I know there's a criteria for affordable. You know, again, yesterday we put a story up that next week at planning 172 homes at the Burnt Mill roundabout, you know, the station. But I know there's a criteria for affordable homes, but people seem to... I think people's perception of affordable is different from what actually is the criteria for affordable. Is that a problem? Well,
look, there needs to be a balance when you're building housing. You need executive housing to factor in the growth in business opportunities in the town. But what I come back to is the point that you've got third, fourth generation Harlow people that want to stay in the town. They want to be able to access affordable housing, and I think a route to that is to build more council homes, because they are traditionally affordable homes. They're the first run on the ladder for young people. And as someone that has a number of friends that are looking to buy housing in the town or get on the ladder, that to me is one of my personal causes that I want to champion.
Still enjoy being a councillor?
I love it. I was born and bred in Harlow.
And born and bred a councillor in some ways. But politically, we always, the Joel Charles at Fulbert and Barnard, the Joel Charles at Markpool, always political.
Well, at the age of 15, I joined the Conservative Party, and I campaigned here with Mike Garnett for many years. I went to university. Yes, I worked for a Member of Parliament when I was younger, but I've moved into the charitable sector. I lead, as a Deputy Chief Executive, a health and adult social care charity that's championing the cause for people as they enter later life, getting them better support. I have a diverse range of things that I care about, but one of the central things that I think makes the job what it is as a councillor is that you can help people. I'll give you one example. I had an elderly gentleman who was visually impaired who lives in Old Harlow. The council had installed for him guiding lighting in his property. For 2 weeks that lighting had gone out, he'd reported to the council and they hadn't helped him. I managed to get that lighting fixed so that he could make himself food and a cup of tea. Now, if you're a councillor, that's what you're there to do. You're there to help people with their it may seem minor issues to some people, but actually they make a big deal to people's lives. It's just like repairing potholes or repairing curbstones or even dealing with some landscaping or planning issues. If you don't enjoy doing that element of the job, then don't be a councillor.